What's up, everyone? Nameco here. Dustin to the right of me.
Brent Bot.
Brent Bot back in the house, unfortunately. But, you know, things happen. Dustin, go ahead. Let us know a little bit about some people here.
Brent's still got a couple weeks left on his sentence. We were hoping he'd be out by now.
Dude, blowing spots. Easy there, guy.
MyBookie.ag. Go ahead, check them out. Most trusted sportsbook on the web. They got a mobile-friendly site. It's nice and easy. Get on your phone, place your bets. Click on the link in the description. Use promo code SMACK. You get a sign-up bonus. Go ahead, get on there, check them out.
All right, let's get... A little upset at you. Let's get right into those quarterback rankings. And Wentz, this guy has been absolutely incredible this year. Who would have called it?
Me.
There you go.
I didn't think he'd do this well, but I was a big fan of Wentz coming into the year. I will say that.
Alex, you know, and I think they're really going to show their dominance in the NFC. It's going to be a big game for him. I think the young man comes out and plays stellar. This guy's the truth. He's the real deal. You get him a great nickname coming up soon.
At number 12, Mr. Blake Bortles. Take a look at his game log. He has been playing pretty decent as of late. He's got a matchup. He's at Cleveland. I don't hate that matchup for them. The Jags team in general has just been kind of surprising this year. They've been, you know, obviously Fournette has helped that offense. And look at Bortles for the rest of the year. He's got a nice schedule. If you're looking for a streaming quarterback option or just a high upside QB2 to stick on your bench, take a look at Bortles, but don't mind him this week against Cleveland.
Dustin, talk about FanDuel.
Get into our FanDuel game, and also congrats to the winner of Week 10, TRC Lynn. They took it down, they get the shirt, they get the cash. And don't forget too, if you haven't signed up for FanDuel, if you sign up, click on the link in the description, sign up, deposit $10 or more, you get a free entry into the $1 million game, which is a $7 entry. So it's almost like you get free cash there too. So go ahead, click on the link, sign up if you haven't already, and get into our game.
All right, bold move coming for Brent Nameco, and that's because he's Brent Bot. Brent Bot don't care. I'm going to talk about him. I'm going to talk about Kareem Hunt.
Oh boy.
That's right. He is our number 4 running back this week, so we still like him, and we like him because of the matchup. But do you realize he hasn't scored a touchdown since week 3? Last 2 weeks, he's only had 6 points in standard leagues. So, you know, it's a little bit buyer beware with Hunt. He's still solid. He still can break any long touchdown, you know, and get you a huge monster week. If you have him, you have to start him. But I hate to say it, he's shaping up to the running back that we thought he was. I'm going to go there. Dustin, do you have any comments about Kareem Hunt?
Not yet. Not yet.
Dustin, anything? I mean, it's a great matchup this week. He probably will score.
They're coming off the bye. I mean, it's like Brent said.
He's going to kill him. He's ranked number 4 for a reason.
You're still starting him, but he has been disappointing as of late. Number 20.
Dustin, I heard you say drop him. That's what I just heard.
that's what's going to be in the comments. You told me to drop him. Marshawn Lynch is next. Now, this is a guy that's been disappointing almost the entire season, but he had a solid game before his bye, and now he's got a nice juicy matchup against New England. The fear there is they get down early though, and they, you know, go away from Lynch and go towards Rashard and Washington. But you still got to think with a potentially high-scoring game, there's a good chance for some goal line carries. So we're not hating Lynch this week. We got him at number 20.
All right, number 25. I want to talk about one of my boys I love coming into the year, and that's Rex Burkhead. I took him in like the last round of a ton of my drafts. Unfortunately, at this point, I've dropped him, and Dustin's picked him up in a bunch of leagues.
Yep.
Good move by him because Gillislee was a healthy scratch. Burkhead played on 52% of the snaps last week. You know, he looks like he could be a sneaky flex play the rest of the way. Now, it is the Patriots, so he will never be much more than a flex play, even if he blows up this week, just because he could blow up and then not do anything next week. But just note that, you know, he had 10 rushes, 3 catches last week. He's an interesting play moving forward.
Austin Eckler, a big waiver wire add this week. We got at 38. And we'd have him a lot higher in this if it just wasn't for that fumble at the end of the game. It was such a costly fumble right when they needed him to, you know, just hold on the ball. They're just trying to kill the clock. So we just don't know how that's going to impact his usage for this week. That's why we have him so low. If you got him, he was worth an add just to see what they're going to do with him. But in terms of throwing him in your starting lineup, it's a little bit risky. And if you got lineup questions, don't forget, post them in this video. We've been getting to, I feel like pretty much every single one that's been coming through. Be patient with us. Sometimes it takes us a little while to get to all of them, but we try to get to all of them before Sunday. So post your questions in this video.
All right, as we move on to wide receivers, I got to talk about number 7, DeAndre Hopkins. Don't understand why some of the other quote-unquote experts have been ranking a lot lower. It might be the Patrick Peterson kind of scare, but the Cardinals are 7th worst against giving up points to the wide receivers. And the fact of the matter is, other studs like Evans had a good week. Now, I know it's savage throwing the ball, but if you have Hopkins, you have to still start him. The targets are just insane for the guy.
At number 18, Robert Woods. He does it again. Another monster game. But I own Woods in a couple of my leagues, and I know people are going to be struggling with this matchup at Minnesota. Do you still start him? And I mean, the thing with him is I feel like he still has, his floor as of late seems to be like 5 catches for 50 or 60 yards. And when you combine that with still his overall upside, even against Minnesota, a tougher matchup, I still think Woods is starting for you in almost all situations. I mean, we have him at 18. Solid wide receiver 2 this week. It's going to be hard to bench him after those last 2 games.
Another guy that you're not definitely starting anymore is Jordy Nelson. Not another guy, conversely to Woods. The guy that's tough to start, Jordy Nelson. Number 30 against Baltimore. Man, does he miss Aaron Rodgers, and so do his fantasy owners. At this point, I'm saying it's okay to go ahead and bench Jordy. It's scary. He could blow up at any point, of course, but it's all right to do it. He misses Aaron deeply.
I had Rodgers and Nelson in one league, in the same league, and it's like I lost my 2 best players, not just my best player. It was painful. Yeah. I want to talk about number 39, Keelan Cole for Jacksonville. Hearns isn't going to play this week. It does sound like DD might get activated, but his role will be probably limited. And Cole has been stepping up a little bit and getting involved in the offense. And I'd like the matchup, like I talked a little bit earlier with Bortles. I don't hate that matchup against Cleveland. And I think Cole's a sneaky play. Obviously, we're not expecting huge things out of him at 39, but he's a guy that's on a lot of wires. If you're desperate for a receiver, just looking for a guy that's got some upside, don't mind Cole this week as a sneaky play.
All right, let's end. Evan Ingram's number 4. We've talked about him over and over again, I feel, in this ranking show. But he's just that guy that, he should be owned in every league by now. And, you obviously go with, Kelsey and Gronk. They're going to be up there at the top. But Ingram just keeps consistently working out for us. 4 weeks in a row, he's had a touchdown. And, playing Kansas City, who's an okay but not the greatest defense in the world. But it doesn't matter because there's nobody else there. Him and Shepard are going to eat all the targets for the Giants. And if they're in the red zone, they're going to definitely be looking at him again.
Now I'm going to talk about number 14, Charles Clay. He is back and healthy now. He's going up against the Chargers. Not the easiest matchup in the world, but Clay is a solid tight end on a team that needs someone to really kind of get things going. I mean, they made the quarterback switch, and a lot of times when there is a quarterback switch, they go towards different players, and a lot of times young quarterbacks like to go towards their tight end. This could get Clay back on the map. He could be in line for a decent finish to the season. If he's available on your wire and you're looking for an upside tight end, he's a guy that I would consider picking up. If he can stay healthy, he could be a tight end 1 down the stretch.
Our number 2 ranked defense this week is the Baltimore Ravens. And they're playing the Green Bay Packers, and it's what I alluded to with Jordy. They're just not the same without Aaron Rodgers. So Jordy's not as scary. Aaron Rodgers not being there, obviously, that's a good thing for a defense. And they're also all kind of banged up at running back. And while the Ravens have shown some flashes, some good defensive stops this year and defensive matchups and defensive plays, they haven't been the best defense in the world. But going against this offense, I feel very safe to start them. And as a bonus, if they're available, their schedule down the stretch is incredible. Start them this week, and you hold them until your fantasy championship.
And I think the over-under on mybookie.ag is 38.5. Like they're not expecting a high-scoring affair between those 2 teams. And I want to talk about the Chargers. going up against Buffalo. Like we mentioned, the quarterback switch happened. They got rookie QB in there. Chargers D has been looking fairly decent. They've been solid. You know, you got to think there's going to be a good chance for maybe a pick 6 and some sacks. So Chargers, we got them at number 8 inside our top 10.
So that's it. Next week, Dustin, how are the videos going to work?
Next week, I will be out of town, but Mr. Brent, you will get a lot of him next week. So we will have...
It's a name code week at Smack Talk.
We will have all of our videos up, but it's just going to be a lot of name codes. So get ready for that.
Yeah.
Good luck this week. Post your questions. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel.
Leave a thumbs up if you're happy about name code week.
Brent Bot.
Brent Bot. Don't worry. Next week, I will be live and in person. And the week after that, Dustin and I will be back high-fiving again, even though Dustin doesn't like people touching him because he's weird and a germaphobe.
They're finally going to let Brent out.